Now, looking at Barcelona, I've been at Barca or Barca. They have lost to PSG and they have also lost to Sevilla 4-1 with the notion or the word high line. Do you think Chelsea can utilize the Barcelona high line with what you have seen in the past 2 games that Barca have played?
Okay. For me, if there is a good word I love using for Barcelona is that I feel that they are one of the most stupid clubs. Now, why I say that? Yes, they are good goal scoring team, no doubt, but to some point, it makes them look stupid. The way the high line makes them look stupid because this has affected you several times, even last season. Why you could not win the Champions League was because of this same word, high line. And certainly I'll be expecting corrections from the coach from Hansi Flick, but to my greatest surprise, Barca is still playing that high line. Where I almost got mad at Barca with that high line was against Levante this season, where they won 2-3, where Barca won 2-3, yeah. And Levante has already given them 2 goals. Like, how? Looking at the goals, like strange counter attacks, and you see from the defense to the attack of Barca are all beyond their midfield line. And it gives these people the advantage to counter them immediately without any offside track. And certainly a club that has players that are fast will certainly defeat Barca in a game, just as Sevilla did. But talking about Chelsea utilizing the high line weakness against Barca, yeah, it depends on Maresca's approach. Now, one thing I like Maresca is just the challenging spirit. I will say this over and over and over again that, yes, Bayern won me 3-1, but Bayern cannot beat their chest and tell themselves that I really scored, I created something that gave Chelsea the goal. It's all my mistake, all defensive errors. They did not really work out anything, just as Chelsea did. Look at Parma's goal. It was being worked out from the back down to the front, and Parma had the goal. And that was classic. There was nothing classic about Bayern's winning Chelsea. And that same thing as ties to Barca. Maresca likes a challenge. The only thing that will be a hindrance to Chelsea winning Barca is errors. Because I know for sure we'll create chances. Since Parma is available and some other good players are also there, we'll make chances. Now, the tactics and the approach of Maresca in the game means a lot. We already know what Barca is made up of. But don't forget, even though I say that I use the word stupid to describe their pattern of play, does not mean that they will forever remain stupid with that pattern of play. Corrections will be made. After losing to Sevilla, I think they'll be playing Chelsea by November or so. Yeah, I think by November. So it's still time. They might make a mistake in their coming games and they will say, okay, let's maintain a good playing format. Let's leave much of the high line and play a more balanced game, attacking-wise and defensive-wise.
But do you think if they should approach Chelsea with that format
of
Chelsea
high line,
utilize it?
It depends on the player on the field, on the pitch. I know for sure that Maresca will create a very good tactics when it comes to Barca because he likes glory.
People are neto now. They go finish Barca.
Exactly. Let me say this with the high line. And Barca defense don't have that speed yet to chase. Barca defense don't have that speed to chase. So certainly we'll keep Barca if they want to come with that high line. But if there is a possibility that Barca can still win us with that high line when our defensive error continues. So it's not just about us. It's not just about them. We should correct our own mistakes. Why they keep dwelling on their own mistake. If we are able to correct our mistake, why they keep dwelling on their mistake, for sure we'll win them. But if they did not correct their mistake and we did not correct our mistake, there is a higher possibility that they might win us. Yeah.
Well, my own opinion of Barca playing high line or maintaining playing high line football. The thing I will say is this: there is no tactics you bring in playing football that lasts, because every team will study you and they will play out. They will play you off that your tactics. So for Barcelona to have used high line maybe last season and they succeeded and then bring it again this season, knowing fully well that it's costing them a lot. Barca is one team that you always play them go with confidence. I know that they will score. The opponent will score Barca. They will score them. You understand? So for me, it's not going to work forever. So maybe as a Flick should know what to do to his Barcelona team. But if I think Chelsea can be able to beat Barcelona, the challenge is on. Challenge is on. I believe we can. Yeah. Like I rightly mentioned, bringing that tactics to play Chelsea, and they're playing at Stamford Bridge. My God, there will be so much intensity, like pressure on Barcelona, because we have fast players like Garnacho, we have like Gittins, Estevao, and Neto that can, exploit those spaces. All Maresca needs to do is to know how to tell the players to when to make runs. You don't just make runs early. You have to read the offside trap that Barca is trying to give you and beat it, actually. And do you know where it's very, very funny? Is because if we are using Joao Pedro as a striker that doesn't have that much space, he can still exploit them, because when he doesn't overrun, you are not offside.
Offside, yeah.
It's not like Jackson, where Jackson most of the time last season when he was playing for us, he was mostly offside. Then you have Enzo also, who cannot also run. So when you give the ball to your wingers and they are running with the ball, you can easily find Enzo or find Joao Pedro. So apart from using that high line mistake, you can still beat Barca with just these things I just highlighted. The challenge is on Stamford Bridge.
All right. Well, I feel Chelsea will utilize the Barca Highline if they approach us with that kind of football.
Yeah.
All right, pushing forward. Let's talk about Estêvão Willians. The little boy from Brazil. When he was in Palmares and during the Club World Cup, we were expecting this young man to come, that we can't wait to see what he can offer to the club. And you spoke about physicality. Okay. You have always emphasized on physicality. You understand when you talk about Estevao. But looking at the few games that Estevao has played for Chelsea, what can you pinpoint that can you say that okay, Estevao has really improved in this area? Or is still the regular Estevao we have already seen in Brazil, or is there any sense of improvement in his game?
I think he's a very confident player, and he wants to be much more involved in the game most of the time. So that's sometimes it makes him unbalanced on the pitch. So for me, I would like him to be more composed with his positioning, where he tends to arrive and when he tends to receive the ball. Because when he was playing for Palmeiras, he was like their star player. He was their go-to player. Whenever Palmeiras is with the ball, let's look for Estevao. He can do something. So him coming to Chelsea, there are other people that were there before him. Palmer is there. Other players are there. So he should just improve in his positioning and his composure when he's trying to receive the ball from our center halves. Then decision making in front of goal is another thing for me. He needs to know, he needs to understand that now you're in the Premier League, and the Premier League is very, very intense. It's faster than you think. You understand? So if before at Palmeiras,
now you're talking about things you need to improve on.
Yes, that's what you asked me.
I was asking on things that he has improved.
Okay, things he has improved on.
Apart from the regular Estevao.
Well, not much for me. I don't think this amount of games he has played, I wouldn't say much. The only thing I would say is that his confidence in coming to Chelsea, coming to a big club like Chelsea, is there. I think maybe that's what he improved in himself, but other things, this is just Estevao that we know. Okay. Estevao that we know.
I think we just have the name in Chelsea, Estevao, but the potential has not been unleashed. And I think that's a problem. We just have the name. For me, I will not say he has improved on anything, because the Estevao we know, the Estevao that we were waiting for, has not given us even a glimpse of himself. Forget about the winning victory. The victory against Liverpool. Yes, the winning goal. Very good. But the Estevao that we were long waiting for has not yet been unleashed. So we just have the name Estevao now in Chelsea, but we have not had that potential of Estevao And I think Maresca in one way or the other is limiting the player from expressing himself and also unleashing his potentials up there. If you take a look at the game, I think which game was that? Was that against Benfica? That was against Benfica in the Champions League. We saw the flair. We saw the flair. So that's just a glimpse of what Estevao can do. If not the turning of body, he did here.
I'd like to see him play as a 10 more. That is one of the things I just want Maresca to.
For me, I feel Maresca is limiting him based on his pattern of football. He's limiting him. I think even Maresca has not built much confidence on this player. But I believe that after this victory of Liverpool, he will improve a lot. Because, the victory will give him a boost. If I can do this for this club, it will spike something great. And we will enjoy, and that's when we will see the potential Estevao, not just the name.
He has not really.
Yeah. We just have his name, but not his potential.
Just the
Estevao. Just the Estevao, yeah.
All right, let's push forward. Romeo Lavia. According to Palmer, he's underrated.
Of course.
Why do they always say Lavia is underrated? Is Lavia really, really underrated? As we tend to hear.
For me, I don't think he's underrated. I just believe that his absence is what makes him underrated. That is truth for me.
Well, I agree with you in your own terms, like the terms you described it. But when they say he's underrated, they are saying that even with when you watch Lavia playing on the pitch, the ones you have watched him. No, I'm not talking about the games he has not played because of injury.
Yeah.
The ones you have watched him, his style of play is very, very underrated. You don't get to see it as much as any other. You see, DMs, and there are some certain DMs that you don't tend to look towards to. But if you remove that player from that club or team, you will see the deficiency. And Lavia is that kind of player, even though he's not the person in Chelsea. The person is Caicedo. But Lavia is that type of player that if he's your certified DM and he's not there, you will feel it. But if he's there, you will not want to appreciate him because you are not seeing it. But it takes someone who knows football, who's watching football with an eye of like an eagle, to notice the contributions of Lavia. I compared him to someone like Partey when Partey was at Arsenal, and it's just like that. He's a very class player for me. I just hope he stays fit for Chelsea.
Talking about comparison, there's this drag online of Declan Rice being an all-round midfielder than Moses Caicedo. And you know the angle I'm coming from.
Yeah.
The man himself, Jamie Carragher, emphasized on Caicedo and he brought in Declan Rice. But if you look at these two players, if you had to compare, will you really compare Rice to Caicedo? Looking at the position they play, looking at
the positioning is something that we should consider. You can't be comparing Rice and Caicedo. Some Arsenal fans said that Rice was playing as a DM for them when he first came. I don't know how true that was. But the position Rice is playing now is not the same position that Caicedo is playing. So you cannot compare both of their contributions. Caicedo is more of a defensive midfielder. Rice is playing a double pivot of a central midfielder and attacking midfielder sometimes for Arsenal. But so when you say Rice is an all-rounded midfielder than Caicedo, the question is, has Caicedo been given... No, normally I know what makes up an all-round midfielder.
Yeah.
But has Caicedo been given that space to play as an 8 or as a 10 before, like Rice?
Now, that's where, to some point, I might not agree with you because from the way you described it, that you will not want to do the comparison because of the positioning of the player, in one way or the other, it looks as if you are limiting Caicedo. The truth is, no matter the position, Caicedo plays DM, but most times we see Caicedo arrives at position where he scores goals. He's not stagnant. Caicedo, for me, if I'm to give George, aside from the unique qualities of Declan Rice, like scoring free kick, we have seen some classic goals from Caicedo. Not once, not twice, not thrice. We have seen his efforts even from the back down to the front. Maresca was asked this question: that do you feel if Caicedo is being navigated also to the attacking midfield position, if he can function? He said, for sure, he's good. but he's working based on instruction.
But that's the thing. That
You
means you not compare the two. You can't compare the two of them.
I can still
If
compare the two of them
Maresca is not
because I've seen Caicedo giving accurate passes.
You've seen, but
Yes,
compared to Rice, let's
The only unique thing about Rice, you know, Caicedo has a good flair. You know,
wow.
he knows how to move with the ball
Wow.
very well. Why do we say we liken him to the likes of N'Golo Kante, Makelele, even though we will say yes, he is not yet at that level. But we've seen Caicedo. I've watched Caicedo hold the ball from the back, taking the ball up above the midfield level, and he's advancing.
So are you saying he's a complete midfielder than Rice?
I will not say he's that a complete midfielder, but any position in the midfield you place Caicedo and give him an instruction, he will be very useful to you.
But you've not seen it, so we cannot work with what we've not seen, and this is the reason why I will emphasize. You cannot say because Maresca answered and said if you give Caicedo any position, he will play it well. We've not seen him play it. If he plays it and he plays it well, then there can be a comparison between him and Rice.
I have one thing to say, and that thing I have to say is that if you want to do a comparison between Caicedo and Declan Rice, I will tell you not with sentiment that Caicedo is better than Declan Rice. I will tell you not with sentiment, and I can list the quality. Now, I said something earlier that the only unique thing about Declan Rice that I can buy to is that Declan Rice can score free kick. No. And I cannot say
that is not the only. That means you don't watch.
I've
Rice.
watched Declan Rice.
That means no. I don't agree with you.
Moving with the ball.
No.
See,
Rice.
I think I've not watched Caicedo. I've saying not watched Caicedo well.
How can you tell me
Caicedo moves with the ball very well. He moves with the ball very well with confidence.
I go laugh for this one. You can't be telling me that I don't know. I've not watched Caicedo. I lie. They watch Caicedo.
They watch him, yes.
From Brighton to Chelsea to Ecuador, I've been watching Caicedo. But I should even be pointing to you that you've not watched Rice very well. Rice moves with the ball very well. Rice can make assists, can make tackles. Have you seen the tackles of Rice?
Caicedo cannot make tackles.
Have you seen? Yes, that's what I see. All I'm saying, but okay, can Caicedo score goals like the amount of goals like Rice?
Caicedo is limited. Don't forget
that is what I'm saying.
He is limited.
He is limited.
But look at he has good and quality goals.
See the question. Look at the question that Mr. Peter was asking. Who is a more complete midfielder? If you add all of those things together, you're saying that Caicedo now is limited. That is the point. And because it's limited, we have to judge based off of what Rice has ahead of him. Where Rice is playing. And I'm telling you that Rice does every other thing that Caicedo does. He makes tackles, he makes interceptions, he scores goals,
but
he makes
doesn't
assists,
make tackles as good as Caicedo. You can agree to that.
I agree with you.
Very good.
But Caicedo doesn't score as often as Rice.
I'll agree to that also. But
Caicedo doesn't make assists as much as Rice.
Rice always navigates as an attacking midfielder. Like I say, Caicedo is limited.
He's still going back to what I said. See that I said that they cannot be a comparison because they're not playing the same position.
But if Caicedo was supposed to be in that place, he will do it better.
That's why you're using the adjective. If he's supposed, you cannot be using if. Let us work with what we have seen. If he's supposed, it's not like they tell me say if to say James day now serious if for day for long if I want to pass Arnold for this thing, but it's not. We cannot be judging based on that.
But the truth is that for me, this is what I stand with. If paraventure, yes, we say complete midfielder, this, that. Even though you want to rate Rice ahead of Caicedo, it should be very, very slight.
It will be slight.
Very, very slight.
If you watch Carragher,
until we give Caicedo the space.
But what if we say Enzo in this comparison of Declan Rice debate because they are kind of similar?
You can use Enzo now.
Now you're talking about the goals. You know now that 70% of people will pick Enzo. If you're talking about goal scoring and assist giving, do you agree to that?
But okay, what makes up a midfielder? What makes up a good midfielder?
So, but what you said when we're talking about defensive, okay, yes, helping to control your game.
Okay,
helping to control your game and also supporting your defense line, supporting your defense and also supporting your attack. That's what makes up a midfielder.
You're more like the middleman.
Yes, just like exactly when you do transaction middleman and head, exactly.
Creativity.
You help both the front and the back.
Creativity is also part of it.
It's also part of it, yes. And we've seen that. See, I don't know for people. This thing that Caicedo did against Liverpool, I think it's not the first. Was it the first time? Did he score? No. It was not Liverpool. Real Betis. We saw a similar goal against Real Betis.
Okay.
If you're talking about that individual brilliance of scoring goals, Caicedo has it. But the truth is that he is being limited And he's not every time he's permitted to take on those shots.
Okay, now my shot for him for start. Say, shoot this man.
So in conclusion, what are you saying?
In conclusion,
There's not supposed to be a comparison between the both players, but if you are still looking at based on waiting, give the talk, give say anyhow, we still compare them. I'll still pick Rice ahead of Caicedo. Is all round is better. It's a little bit better than Caicedo all round.
Coming from a Chelsea fan,
the reason I'm not going to make a selection is because I have not watched Caicedo.
Make now. The one where you don't see now. Leave that one where they don't say.
Effort. Guy, Caicedo effort.
That means you're being biased. I'm just telling you.
I'm not being biased.
No, just say it the way it is with what you have seen.
Should I tell you something? Do you know that if you're talking about team support and team building spirit, Caicedo gives it more than Rice. You can agree to that. Caicedo holds his team better than Rice.
I don't know how many Arsenal matches you've watched to even consider that Rice doesn't give team support.
For the fact that I'm a Chelsea fan, like by default, I'm anti-Arsenal, I'm anti-Liverpool by default. But when it comes to the truth, I tell the truth. I watch Arsenal matches. Whether they are playing Brentford, whether they are playing Leeds, whether they are playing anybody they are playing, I watch them.
Rice is one of the leaders that we have in Arsenal.
Exactly.
True or false?
True. I will not agree with that.
Bro, no, let's just leave it for the way it is.
Well,
I'm not making any choice now.
For me,
I'm not making any choice.
I would have said that comparison should have gone to player like Enzo Fernandez because the similarity between Enzo and Rice.
Not be similarity, position.
Their position is
that's what we need to talk about.
Understand? They play almost the same thing. Arriving at the box, play that box to box stuff, and also supporting the attack and
both
also
defense
arriving. You understand? But I don't know why they don't always bring in Enzo Fernandez in this contest. They always want to bring in Caicedo. But anyhow, we move.
Now, this is the truth. They know the potential of Caicedo. See, Caicedo is very limited in Chelsea. Caicedo is very limited.
If you move on from that place who you want to make come in position?
That's the problem with that.
Why are we stressing ourselves?
One day, God will do and we go see him for that position.
All right, I guess that will be all for now. Do where to like, share, and subscribe. I remain your boy Peters.
My name is Big Dave.
And my name is Gifto.